Hello students, how are you all? I hope you are happy and healthy and study also because we are on the 10th chapter of your honeycomb book and most of the chapter we have completed, and today we are going to start the second part of the story, and you can say the second part of the chapter, that is the story of cricket. And this is second part we have started yesterday, and we are on the third paragraph of second part of the story. Okay children, so for this you just take out your honeycomb book, chapter number 10, and the chapter number 10th and the name of the chapter, the story of cricket, and we are on second part of the chapter, third paragraph. You just find it on page number 145. So children, let's start. Modern cricket is dominated by tests and one-day internationals played between national teams. The players who become famous, who live on in the memories of the cricket's public, are those who have played for their country. The players Indian fans remember even now are those who were fortunate enough to play Test cricket. C.K. Naidu, an outstanding Indian batsman of his time, lives on in the popular imagination when some of his great contemporaries like Palwankar Vitthal and Palwankar Balu have been forgotten. Even though Naidu was past his cricketing prime when he played for India in its first test matches against England starting in 1932. His place in India's cricket history is assured because he was the country's first test captain. Now, in this paragraph, children, we are going to study about the history of cricket. And the modern cricket is dominated by test and one-day international. Now, in this paragraph, we are going to talk about the modern cricket. Modern cricket is, you can say, dominated by test matches and one day. One day, it means the whole play will be played in a one day. And test matches, it can take 3 or 5 days to play this game. Now the players who become famous, who live on the memories of cricket public. Now few batsmen or cricketer were famous because it was most of the cricketers were forgotten, but few cricketers were memorized or memorable. Their work or their game were memorable. That was one of the, you can say, those who were fortunate enough to play Test cricket. So C.K. Naidu, an outstanding Indian batsman of his time. He was the best Indian batsman on his time and lives on the popular imagination when some of his great contemporaries like Palwankar Vitthal and Palwankar Balu were forgotten. So C.K. Naidu was famous, and till now he was remembered for his best batsman spirit, or you can say the skill of the batsman. Now, England starting in 1932. Now here you can see, even though Naidu was past his cricketing prime when he played for India in its first test matches against England starting in 1932. Children, you just you see this C.K. Naidu was the, you can say, the first batsmen from India who played the first test match, which was played in England. So it was really a history for India, and it's a privilege for Indians also. His place in India's cricket history is assured because he was the country's first test captain. You know, children, he was the first test captain. So that is why we remembered him as a first test captain. So children, we are moving to the next paragraph. India entered the world of test cricket in 1932. It means he was the first batsman of the first test match, C.K. Naidu. And from that time, the India was recognized as a test match, you can say as a test match players, in which the India were originated that time, 1932. So that was the time, a decade and a half before it became an independent nation. And after 10 years, India has got his independence in 1947, and this was possible because test cricket from its origins in 1877 was organized as a contest between the different parts of the British Empire, not sovereign nations. So the first test was played between England and Australia when Australia was still a white settler colony. Similarly, the small countries of the Caribbean that together make up the West Indies team were British colonies still well after the Second World War. Now here you can see that many years before it got its independence, test cricket initially was played among various parts of the British Empire. Now here you can see, and not between the sovereign state. The first test was played between England and Australia, and that we have already mentioned that only the England and Australia were played first test match, and because Australia was also a white colony, and you can say they were, here it is mentioned in your book also, white settler colony. So and similarly the small countries and Caribbeans who were that together make up the West Indies team and were British colonies till well after the Second World War. So this was the second part of this history of cricket. So here you can see that in the history of the cricket, the test matches were originated, and British, or you can say the England played first time test match against Australia. So, and in this paragraph we have seen that C.K. Naidu was the first batsman from India in first test match. Now we are moving to the third part of this story, that is 146 page. The television coverage changed cricket. It expanded the audience for the game by becoming cricket into small towns and villages. As you all know, television is you can say it's an instrument to spread that all the things in a one time. So it can reach in the small town to village to interior parts of India or all over the world. So it's a best communication, or you can say its transmission is so wide. So that is why the coverage by the television which were taken in the past years, that was you can say it's gave popularity to the cricket matches. So many of the people, those who are watching television that time, so that time the cricket game was you can say famous by this medium of you can say information. Now children who had never previously had the chance to watch international cricket because they lived outside the big cities could now watch and learn by imitating their heroes. Now here when it is it was broadcast, and every time whenever the match was going on, so television coverage was always there. So it is very easy to for all the cricket lovers to watch that type of the telecast. So it was really wonderful for the people, those who are following these cricket players, and they were fan of these cricket players. So it's quite comfortable for them to learn from these great cricketers. The technology of satellite television and the worldwide reach of the multinational television companies created a global market for cricket. Matches in Sydney could now be watched live in the Surat. Since India had the largest viewership for the game amongst the cricket playing nations and the largest market in the cricketing world, the game center of the gravity shifted to the South Asia. This shift was symbolized by the shifting of ICC headquarters from London to tax-free Dubai. 150 years ago, the first Indian cricketer, the Parsis, had to struggle to find an open space to play in. Today, the global marketplace has made Indian players and best paid, most famous cricketers in the game, men for whom the world is a stage. Now, this transformation was made of many small changes: the replacement of gentlemanly amateur by the paid professionals, and the triumph of one-day game as it overshadowed Test cricket in the terms of the popularity and the remarkable changes in global commerce and technology. So children, here you can see the popularity of cricket game. So that time and this time, if you going to compare it, so that time it was as popular as this time also, in the modern age also. So children, the technology of satellite television changed a lot. Its transformation, the transformation was taken place by this technology, and each and every child, each and every people, each and every person could see, could watch that telecast, and they just became fan of cricket. So it was a global marketing. So globally it was famous. So children, the television coverage has brought cricket to every household, as you can say. And the first test was played between England and Australia, as you all know. And television broadcast gave a very big change. So now here you can see that with the satellite television, it is now possible to catch live update of match played anywhere across the world. So satellite television gave a transformation in cricket field, because it could coverage the game, whether it was played in the Asia or Europe or anywhere, but live coverage was available that time and this time also. So children, here you can say with the satellite television, it is now possible to catch live updates of match played anywhere across the world. Now, India has the largest viewership of the game. As you all know, every person from India really a great fan of Indian cricket team or any cricket team of the world. And here you can see that it gave a large viewership. Viewership means those who are watching these type of the matches from the television. So it's a, you can say that it's a global marketing. Many advertisement company had joined together with the live coverage, and their market was also grown by this live coverage. So and is the largest market for cricket also. Now here you can see nowadays the cricket is modernized and it's become a professional, or you can say it's become a business. Now IPL matches that you have already seen recently, that each and every player, it's played globally, and in one team it's having a different type of the player, whether they are belongs to the Europe or from America or from Australia or any Asian country. So they just play together and they are making one team. So here you can see it's a totally commercialized, and or you can see that globally it is playing. Now 150 years ago our Parsis ancestor had to struggle to play, as we have seen. But today Indian cricket players are the best paid and the most famous in the world. So because of their hard labor, because of their struggle, India got this stage. India got this, you can say, the state in the world. So that was really, Indians are privileged with these type of the struggles which were Parsis players were fought. So that we have completed now this chapter, and we have seen the history of cricket, and it was really amazing history of cricket. It was originated in England, and gradually it spread throughout the world. So this chapter is written by Ramachandran Guha, adapted from chapter 7 of India and the Contemporary World 1, text of history for class 9 NCERT. So it's Ramachandran Guha has written this. So children, now we are moving to the comprehension check, and write true or false against each of the following sentences. Now, India joined the world of Test cricket before independence. Second, the colonizers did nothing to encourage the Parsis in playing cricket. Now, third is Palwankar Balu was India's first Test captain. And fourth is Australia played its first Test against England as a sovereign nation. Now, sovereign, as you all know, it's having the nation, those who are having a power, or it's independent, that is called sovereign. Now we are going to complete this comprehension check. Now we are going to do this comprehension check. So this you can find on page number 146. So children, first we are going to do this, first is India joined the world of Test cricket before independence. It is true or false? Yes, it is true. This is true. Now second is the colonizers did nothing to encourage the Parsis in playing cricket. Yes, it is true. It is also true. Second is also true. And now we are going to talk about number 3. Palwankar Balu was India's first Test captain. Now here it is incorrect, or you can write false. Now number 4. Number 4 is Australia played the first Test against England as a sovereign nation. So here you can This is, I think this is a test was played, the first test was played between England and Australia when Australia was still a white settler colony. So it was not sovereign nation, so it is false. It is false. So now we have completed this comprehension check. Now we are moving to next comprehension check, that is you can find on page number 148. A professional cricket player is one who makes a living by playing cricket. Find the opposite of professional in the last paragraph. Now you can see the last paragraph, you can see the professional cricket. Now the word professional, find the opposite of professional in the last paragraph. So children, we are going to do this. The opposite of professional gives in the last paragraph is amateur. So this is, we are going to write comprehension check again. Comprehension check. Again, this is number 3. Now, answer number 1. So, children, write it down. The opposite of professional. Opposite of professional. Professional. Given in the last paragraph, given in the last paragraph, is amateur. Is so this is last paragraph and this is the opposite of professional. Now we are going to do answer number 2 of this comprehension check. Now in the triumph of one-day game. So in the triumph of one-day game, triumph means the one-day games is superiority to the test cricket, inferiority to test cricket, achievement and success over test cricket, and popularity among viewers. So triumph means, as you all know, it's victory. So now we are going to write the answer. It means the triumph of the one-day game. It means popularity among viewers. Popularity among viewers. Okay, children? So, complete it. Now, after that, we will do third number. The men for whom the world is a stage. It refers to famous cricket fields in the world. It seems that there are many cricket playing countries in the world, and it implies that cricketers are like actors and every cricket ground is like a stage on which the drama of the cricket is enacted the world over. Yes, I think it is correct. So mark the correct answer. Now here it implies the cricketer are the. Now we are going to complete this. So children, complete it. And I am going to write third answer. Answer number 3. That is, it implies. It implies that cricketers are like are like actors, and every cricket ground is like a stage, on which the drama of cricket is enacted the world over. Now, this is the answer. So, children, complete it. Now, working with the text. Name some stick ball games that you have witnessed or heard of. Now, second, the Parsis were the first Indian community to make the cricket. Why? Now, third one, the rivalry between the Parsis and the Bombay Gymkhana had a happy ending for the former. What does a happy ending refer to? So, these are the question and answer. Now, we are going to do, there are 10 question answers and we will complete it. So, children, let's start writing. First answer, working with the text. Working with the text we are going to do, and this is answer number 1. The question is, name some stick and ball games that you have witnessed or heard of. As we can take the names like hockey, like polo, these are all the games which are having a stick and a ball. So, children, let's write it. Now, write down apart from cricket and hockey. Cricket and hockey, that you have witnessed any game. So, whatever you have seen apart from cricket and hockey, you can write. I am going to write some of the stick and ball games that we are going to write. That is golf. First is golf. Second is polo, that you must have seen this, and this is not a new thing. And third one is squash. So write it down, children. Now, children, we are moving to the second question. The Parsis were the first Indian community to take the cricket. Yes, we have seen the Parsis who were first, you can say they were founder of the cricket in India, cricket game in India. So, let's start writing second answer. Answer number 2. So, that we are going to write, the Parsis were the first Indian. The Parsis were the first Indian community to take to cricket to cricket. To cricket. Now, it was because it's asking why. So, it was because of they were very westernized and they were more modern than other Indians. So, here, because of their interest in the trade, because of their interest in the trade with the British. Britishers. You can write Britishers. So this is one reason that you can write. You can write more in this answer, that they were more modernized or more westernized and their culture were more similar to the Britishers, and they were, many of the Parsis were the great tradesmen. So that is why they just mingled with the Britishers easily. So now we are moving to the third chapter, the rivalry between the Parsis and the Bombay Gymkhana had a happy ending for the former. What does a happy ending refer to? Now here we can write the answer. Answer number 3, that is a happy ending refers to the happy ending refers to the victory of Parsi cricket team. Victory of Parsi cricket team over the Bombay Gymkhana. Over the Bombay Gymkhana. Over the Bombay Gymkhana in 1889. In 1889, when Indian National Congress was originated. So 4 years after, 1885, Indian Congress was originated. After 4 years after the formation of Indian National Congress. So here children, we just write it down. Third answer, that is a happy ending refers to the victory of Parsi cricket team over the Bombay Gymkhana, because they were having dispute of Bombay Gymkhana and Parsis. So Parsi cricket in 1889, 4 years after the formation of Indian National Congress. So children, we have completed 3 questions, and tomorrow we will do 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and after that we will do working with language, and after that there are a lot of exercises that we should complete. So tomorrow we will meet again with this exercises and question answers. So children, till then, bye bye and take care.